Hey y'all, how's it going? Welcome back to another Writers Wednesday. By the time this reaches you, it will most likely be Christmas Eve. I was a little bit late on getting out with the Writers Wednesday, but don't worry, I have a very special video for you guys today. We are going to be talking about the ghost of Christmas past, specifically my past, specifically the ghost of stories past that I actually don't remember. So as writers, we think of a lot of ideas and a lot of stories, and sometimes they don't get finished. But occasionally, you start a story, and then you put it away. And then you come back to the story and you have no recollection that you ever wrote it. I thought it would be fun to go over some of these weird stories that I only halfway finished and still have no idea where I was going with it, seeing if it was a decent plot line or just straight up terrible. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm sorry if the camera is weirdly positioned. Somehow, I lost the one essential piece to connect the camera to the tripod. So my camera is just sitting on the tripod, just waiting for something bad to happen. Wow. This is already just splendid content right here. Okay, the first one that I found on my Google Drive was titled Short Story. And I was really confused because I didn't actually use any characters. I used my middle school friends to be the main characters of this weird short story. Part of me thinks that I actually had a dream about it because I have zero recollection of writing this story. And I have no idea where I was going with it. Shout out to Alexis, Bryce, Quinn, and Willem for starring in this short story. This is embarrassing. And I am also a character in this. Apparently. Jasmine's eyes popped open. She was laying on her back, and all she could see were tall pine trees above her. It was dusk, starting to get dark. I think that was self-explanatory when we were saying it was dusk. The definition of dusk is getting dark. But, you know. She got up and saw that she wasn't alone. Alexis, she exclaimed. Alexis got up. She looked dolled up. Again, so many short, choppy sentences. Her blonde hair was intricately braided. Jasmine, where are we? Oh, actually, technically it says, where are we doing here? Wow. I didn't even catch that the first time in my notes. Oh my. I was about to ask you the same thing. Why are you in a dress? You look great, by the way. I would definitely say that to her. Alexis looked down. Oh wow, she looked back up. You're in fancy clothes too. Jasmine looked down. She was in a black ballroom dress with gold lining. Her hair was teased up into a beehive. Wow, my hair. I know, it's pretty great. How did we get here? I don't know, it's all fuzzy. I have no idea where we are. There's so much dialogue in here. Because I wrote it, I can keep up with it, but guarantee nobody else would be able to. Hello? A figure emerged from the shadows. I added in a note saying, actually a decent sentence. Bryce, Jasmine exclaimed. Alexis, Jasmine, what are you doing here? I'm sorry. We don't know. Do you remember anything? Don't remember how I got here. I just woke up. Okay, what was the last thing you remember? I think. You're making my brain hurt. I know I remember things. I remember where I live, what my name is, all that stuff. Okay, where are you from? Utah. Good, how many siblings do you have? 1 sister, 3 brothers. Hello? Someone else yelled out. Speak of the devil, Bryce said. For context, Bryce and Quinn are brothers. Quinn emerged from the trees. Hey guys, how's it going? Not concerned at all whatsoever that he has no idea where he is because he found us. He's like, whatever man, I'm just going with the flow. Wow, Quinn, you look like you're a butler, Jasmine said. He was in a full tuxedo. Come to think of it, I never realized that butlers were in, full tuxedos. But they kind of are. Well, what do I look like, Bryce asked. Jasmine thought for a second. A chorister. A what? The cummerbund kind of makes it. I love how my connection with cummerbuns is choir because of all of the great memories of all of that. Has anyone seen Abby? Quinn asked. I definitely use their real life significant others in this story. Oh my gosh, where's Kevin? Alexis asked. Also Alexis's real life husband. And I might as well throw in my spouse too. Where's Cameron? And I have no one, Bryce said. Full disclosure, Bryce does have a girlfriend. I'm very happy for him. Guys, is that you? They heard another voice. Hey, look, it's that I got Willem, Bryce said. He ran up to Willem, engulfing him in a hug. I'm not alone anymore. Willem, though concerned, hugged him back. He would definitely do that. Did I miss something? Willem asked. Welcome to the club, Alexis said. We are all confused. Hey buddy, how's it going? Quinn and Willem bro hugged. Yeah, bro hug. You look like you've been out dancing. He was sporting a fedora, suspenders, and a boutonniere. That's literally all I have written. I genuinely don't know what this is. Part of me was curious about what my plan was with figuring this out. Maybe I was tag teaming with my friends and planning to like send it to them and see where they would take the story. That would be really funny. I actually might do that and like make it a Halloween thing with them next year. That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, moving on to the next one. This one, it was also not titled at all, but it had 2 chapters written in it already. Ooh, a prologue. I never do prologues anymore, so this is old. 3 a.m. at a gas station was not the way Thomas wanted to spend his Saturday night, aka Thomas spelled T-O-M-A-S. His mind wandered to what he would be doing if he had the night off, as well as making up scenarios of what he would do if a man came to the cashier pointing a gun at his chest. Naturally, he would be the hero and karate chop the gun right out of the culprit's hand. Maybe. Probably not. He would probably just give the thief the money. Yep, that's what he'd do. Well, that's what his boss said to do, anyway. Probably the smartest choice. A dull mechanic ding signaled someone had come in. Thomas prepped himself to see 2 thugs ready to take him out. His imagination was really wandering tonight. He did see 2 people, but they were definitely not thugs. Thomas even rolled his eyes when he realized that it was just a couple coming back from prom night, but they weren't Twitter-pated and mushy-gushy, which he was thankful for. He saw too much of that here, and not the classy stuff. Usually got pretty raunchy considering he worked at a gas station. And at night, too. That's gotta be rough, man. I don't envy any gas station workers that have to work in the wee hours of the night. He was pretty confused of why they seemed in a rush. They still had a while to get a room, unless she had curfew, or maybe his parents were crazy and he had a curfew. Nah, it's most definitely the girl. Okay, I kind of love that we're in the head of this random guy that obviously is not great, but it's interesting to see his train of thought. I don't know if like a man working at a gas station would actually think of this, but you know, a girl can only imagine what goes on in a man's head. He could see why her parents would be protective over her. She was a hottie. Ew! I wrote this in the perspective of a pervert? Actually, that's kind of interesting. I low-key like it, but not in the way that you would think I like it. The now frizzed up hair was kind of a turn off, but still a smoking hot body and face. No! Thomas felt a pair of eyes stare him down. It was her date. He stared into his gray eyes, and even though the boy was a little lanky, Thomas could tell he was a strong one. He decided that he wouldn't be a douche that night. Thank you, sir. He was far too content with the bones being attached together with his limbs. He watched the couple scramble around at the food aisle. I spelled aisle. Elise. Apparently the aisle's name is Elise. She went for the energy drinks in the fridge and the boy grabbed handfuls of party-sized chip bags. After about 5 minutes, they met up together before going up to the cashier. Look good? She huffed out of breath. Yep. Oh, look at that. You thought of breakfast. He motioned to the 2 Nesquik bottles she held in her armful of drinks. She smiled. On the way to the front desk, he grabbed a plastic pack of 6 assorted donuts. They came to the front and plopped all the food in front of Thomas to scan. Thomas couldn't help but laugh a little. Someone have the munchies? Thomas. I need to be canceled. Their response to him were blank stares. Good choice. Yep, that was a bad joke. He cleared his throat to shake it off. All right, that will be blank amount that I was going to write in later. Please. The girl pulled out a wallet from her handbag and paid with a 20 and a 10. Odd, the man was usually the one to pay. Not that he had any judgment of it, but it's usually a guy's pride takes over a girl's feminist view. Yeah, this guy sucks. He typed the total and gave her the change. All right, here's your change. How about the 2 ran out with their food in their arms? Hey, yo, you forgot your... They didn't hear him finish his sentence. Change, he muttered, staring at the extra bills. He shrugged and put them back in the cashier and closed it. If they wanted it back, they'd come back with a receipt. That is, if they left that too. He nonchalantly tossed the receipt into the garbage underneath the desk and forgot about the whole ordeal, as a 15-year-old boy would. This boy is 15? Bro, he is acting like a douchey man that has been, like, rejected by several women already. This was not, obviously I didn't know what 15-year-old boys were like. He didn't see the couple toss everything into the backseat of the beat-up truck and kick dust as they went off to who knows where. That was the prologue. Honestly, the beginning prologue kind of has some potential, but then it just spiraled into a really bad YA book. I think that my concept was they were gonna fall in love, it was forbidden romance, and they were gonna run away together and have these like really crazy adventures, but like I never really like situated a plot. But I'm a sucker for YA, but I don't want to make it this bad. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about for today as far as the stories of my Christmas past goes. I want to eventually go over some of my Wattpad stories because I've gone over one of the main ones that I actually finished, but I have a lot of them that I haven't finished and I just have the first chapter to. But this video is getting too long. Another story for another time. I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas or a happy holiday of whatever you celebrate. Sayonara, you guys, and I will see you next week.